The women's 60-meter hurdles is one of the most technical events in track and field, where races can be decided by the smallest mistakes. In this video, we take a detailed look at Christina Manning's dominant 7.79 performance and explain exactly how she controlled the race from the first hurdle to the finish line. We'll explore the key biomechanical factors behind her success, compare her execution with some of the world's best hurdlers, and reveal why indoor hurdling places such a premium on rhythm, efficiency, and velocity retention. If you want to understand what separates good hurdlers from great ones, this race provides the perfect case study.
Pogodzić obie panie może ta, która jest na torze 5, czyli Isabel Pedersen. Świetnie pobiegła, świetnie, dobrze pobiegła tutaj w seriach eliminacyjnych. Też całkiem nieźle sobie daje radę w całym sezonie halowym i kto wie, bardzo dużo zależy od startu.
Wizer też już biegała 7,91 i to w tym sezonie, także zobaczymy zaraz.
No i bez fal startu, chyba jednak szybsza na płotku była Sherikan Elvis i teraz na torze 3 Manning jednak.
A więc
będziemy mieli sytuację niesamowitą, ponieważ wygrywa Christina Manning, która miała 24 punkty zgromadzone, a Sherikan Elvis jako druga pokonuje linię mety. Pedersen pewnie za chwilę zobaczymy jeszcze raz w zwolnionym tempie ten cały bieg. Przekroczyła linię mety jako trzecia, 7,79. Szczęśliwa zatem Christina Manning. No i ciekaw jestem, jak to wszystko nam się teraz tutaj ułoży. Raz jeszcze w zwolnionym tempie.
7,73. Tak. Dobrze od startu. Ona już przed Elvis była na pierwszym płotku.
I Pedersen pewna na 3. miejscu. Wizer, o której wspomniałeś, na miejscu 4, więc
takim wachlarzem
w biegu. Zresztą o tych zawodniczkach wspominaliśmy przed tym biegiem. Manning troszeczkę lepiej dobiegła. Wydawało mi się tam z pewnego ujęcia kamery, że Elvis łapie rytm, że będzie goniła na kolejnych rozstawach Sherikan Elvis, ale tak się nie stało. Teraz piękne ujęcie tutaj od przodu. Możemy ocenić technikę zarówno jednej, jak i drugiej Amerykanki. Troszeczkę buja się na boki Elvis. Natomiast Manning wydaje się, że ładnie w linii, chociaż w tym momencie jakby zniosło ją troszeczkę do lewej krawędzi bieżni, ale to już nie miało znaczenia. Ona ze sporą przewagą pewnie wygrywa tą rywalizację i ciekaw jestem, jak to będzie teraz punktowane. 7,79 i 7,84, więc różnica znaczna, 0,05 sekundy. Isabel Pedersen, rekord życiowy, bardzo ładny bieg, 7,93.
O 1/100 sekundy poprawiła swoje najlepsze osiągnięcie.
Tak, no i ta płotkarka, wieloboistka, tak by się chciało tutaj powiedzieć o Wizer. Nate Wizer na miejscu 4, ale to już będzie wynik powyżej 8 sekund. No i proszę bardzo.
The 2018 Women's 60-meter hurdles final in Glasgow was one of the strongest indoor sprint hurdle races of the season, and Christina Manning delivered a performance that combined elite acceleration, technical precision, and flawless rhythm under pressure. Her winning time of 7.79 seconds was not simply the result of superior speed, it was the product of exceptional hurdle efficiency from the opening reaction to the final stride across the line. In a 60-meter hurdles race, athletes have very little time to recover from mistakes. Unlike the 100-meter hurdles outdoors, where a poor clearance can sometimes be corrected later in the race, the indoor event magnifies every technical detail. The distance is short, the hurdles arrive rapidly, and victory often depends on maintaining velocity through every barrier rather than generating it afterward. From the gun, Manning established control. Her reaction was sharp, but more importantly, her first 3 acceleration steps were aggressive without sacrificing posture. Many hurdlers rush the opening phase and arrive too close to the first barrier. Manning maintained ideal stride length and entered hurdle 1 in perfect position. The first hurdle immediately created separation. Her center of mass remained low during takeoff, allowing her to project forward rather than upward. This distinction is critical in sprint hurdling. Vertical movement costs time. The most efficient athletes maintain horizontal momentum while spending as little time in the air as possible. Manning's lead leg attacked the barrier aggressively, snapping down quickly onto the track. At the same time, her trail leg recovery remained compact and efficient. This combination allowed her to re-enter sprint mechanics almost instantly after each clearance. Sharika Nelvis and Nadine Visser remained competitive during the opening section of the race. Both athletes displayed excellent hurdle technique and matched Manning through the first barrier. However, the difference became visible between hurdles 2 and 4. While Nelvis possessed exceptional turnover speed, she lost a small amount of momentum during the transition phase following hurdle 3. The margin was minimal and nearly impossible to detect in real time, but at this level, even hundredths of a second determined podium positions. Manning consistently generated stronger horizontal projection after each landing, allowing her to maintain higher average velocity throughout the race. One of the most impressive aspects of Manning's performance was her rhythm maintenance through the middle section. Indoor hurdles demand perfect synchronization between sprinting and clearance mechanics. Athletes must repeatedly alternate between explosive acceleration and technical precision while preserving stride pattern consistency. Through hurdles 4 and 5, Manning never appeared rushed. Her posture remained stable, her shoulders relaxed, and her arm action efficient. Many athletes begin tightening their upper body during the closing stages of an indoor race as fatigue and pressure increase. Such tension disrupts sprint mechanics and often leads to slower hurdle clearances. Manning avoided those mistakes entirely. Her movements remained controlled, allowing her to preserve momentum all the way to the final barrier. Behind the winner, Isabel Pedersen produced one of the most technically refined races in the field. Her third-place finish in 7.93 seconds represented a personal best and highlighted the importance of efficiency over raw sprinting ability. Pedersen did not possess the explosive acceleration of Manning or Nelvis. Instead, she relied on exceptionally clean hurdle execution. Her clearances were compact, her landing position stable, and her step frequency remained remarkably consistent from start to finish. A particularly impressive element of Pedersen's race was her minimal lateral movement. Indoor tracks create a visually compressed environment where athletes are constantly aware of competitors in adjacent lanes. Any unnecessary side-to-side motion wastes energy and disrupts rhythm. Pedersen maintained a straight line throughout the race, maximizing efficiency at every hurdle. Nadine Visser also delivered a strong performance. At this point in her career, she was still developing into the world-class hurdler she would later become. Her race demonstrated excellent sprint mechanics and strong hurdle fundamentals, but one technical detail likely prevented her from reaching the podium. Compared with Manning, Visser cleared the barriers with slightly greater vertical displacement. While this may appear insignificant, every additional centimeter traveled upward represents lost horizontal momentum. Over 5 hurdles, these small inefficiencies accumulate and can ultimately determine finishing positions. Another notable storyline involved Brianna Rollins-McNeil. As an Olympic champion outdoors, expectations surrounding her performance were understandably high. However, indoor hurdling presents unique challenges that differ significantly from the outdoor event. The shorter race distance places greater emphasis on reaction time, early acceleration, and immediate technical execution. Athletes have fewer opportunities to build speed and recover from minor mistakes. Rollins-McNeil appeared slightly conservative during the opening phase, and once contact with the leaders was lost, the remaining distance offered virtually no chance to close the gap. The overall depth of the final further emphasized the quality of the competition. 6 athletes recorded times of 8.10 seconds or faster, illustrating how competitive women's sprint hurdling had become on the international stage. Success was no longer concentrated within a single nation or training system. Instead, the event featured athletes representing different coaching philosophies, technical models, and biomechanical approaches. From a performance analysis perspective, the decisive factor was velocity retention. Manning did not necessarily possess dramatically superior maximum sprint speed compared to the rest of the field. What separated her was the ability to lose less speed during each hurdle clearance. Every barrier creates an interruption in sprint mechanics. The athlete who minimizes that interruption gains the advantage. Manning consistently reduced flight time, preserved forward momentum, and returned to sprinting faster than her rivals. The atmosphere inside Glasgow's Emirates Arena added another layer of difficulty. Indoor venues amplify sound, increase visual pressure, and create an intense racing environment. Athletes compete in close proximity, making every movement and position immediately noticeable. Manning demonstrated exceptional composure throughout the race. She remained focused on execution rather than reacting to competitors around her. That level of race management is often what separates champions from finalists. In the end, the 2018 Glasgow final served as a masterclass in indoor hurdling. Christina Manning combined explosive acceleration, efficient barrier clearance, and uninterrupted rhythm to dominate a world-class field. Her 7.79 performance showcased the fundamental truth of the 60-meter hurdles. Victory belongs not simply to the fastest sprinter, but to the athlete capable of preserving speed through every barrier with near-perfect technical execution.